Well, from one garden to another. In this case, it's the garden of Haversham First School, tiny little village in Milton Keynes. Actually, not very many flowers in this garden, but we're going to put that right, aren't we? Because, exactly, we're going to make some flowers for you. We're going to start off with this sort of school paint. We know this stuff, we all use it. Very, very little of it. We'll put yellow too. And we've got 4 colours there. Going to start with that yellow. Now, finger in the paint. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it's going through all the paint. So we're going to put 6 little petals on that flower. Orange in the middle. And then, you see, we can put leaves like that. These leaves are very special, sort of blue-type leaves. Got the idea? That's the sort of thing we want to do with you all. So, when I say go, all go back to your own tables and we'll have a very good flower show at the end of our art bit. OK? Off you go. Or you could put yellow on the edges of those petals. Love it. Superb. Well done. Yes, help yourself to paper. Who wanted the green? Right.
Do you like mine? I've done the flowers.
Jolly good. Not enough green?
Yeah.
Yes. Any more while I'm here?
No.
OK. How are you doing over here? Oh, that's delightful. It's rather like a little mosaic, isn't it? Who was it wanted another red? Deborah? Here, my love. I'm sorry I missed you. Well, the wonderful thing about you lot is you've kept it so clean. The colours are so bright. Yeah, it's magnificent. Well, there you are. Bright colours, fingers. Wonderful what you can do with them. Why don't you have a try? Still worried about your plant, Margot?
Well, look at it, Tony. It doesn't look any better, does it?
No, not much, does it?
No, it's not.
I don't know much about these sort of things, but I tell you what I did find down in the...
What's that?
In the caretaker's store.
Oh, yes. Oh, it looks good.
Well, I thought we might give it a try.
Yeah, let's try. I don't know how much you need,
No,
but...
I shouldn't think it needs much, would you?
No, just a little. Oh, no.
Something like that?
Yeah. Nothing's happening yet, Tony.
Oh, Margot, as if it's likely to. I'll give it a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more should do the trick.
Oh! Ah! Oh, dear. Well, that should do the trick.
Yeah, if anything does, it should. God. Now today I'm going to make a flower in a vase, which I've got over here. Have a look at this. Are you impressed? No, not really. I didn't think you would be. But wait a minute. What about that? Now that's a little bit more impressive. Of course, it's that old magician's trick. Looks a little bit happier than my cheese plant, I think. And the way I made it is that I got some wire, it's garden wire, which is quite bendable, and you have to fold it in half to make the stalks, like that. And then what you want to do is actually twist it round. And the trick is, you want the stalks to bend outwards in opposite directions, so if you just bend them around like that, so that when you pull them together, they're straight, and when you let them go, they spring apart. And that's how you get that magic moment when the flowers open up. And the actual flowers are made from crepe paper. And it's just squares of paper. I've made them quite simply. There's no need to do anything too fancy. And if you just pinch the paper like that, you can twist it at the back, as you can see. And if you want to add a bit of colour in the middle, some yellow paper goes quite well with the red. You just twist that as well. And if you want a little bit of glue to make it extra secure, you just stick that in the middle like that, and a bit of tape. I've got some very good tape here, actually. It's green household tape, which is perfect because it goes very well with the plants, and it's useful because you can just stick it on the back of the crepe paper. And if you just straighten it out a bit, I've got my 2 flowers over here, and before you put the flowers onto the stalk, you need to put your foliage on, which is also green crepe paper, and that just pierces through the wire stalk there, and then you just pinch it together. You can be quite rough with this, just twist it round, straighten it out a bit more tape. This is where you have to make sure that it's secure, because when you pull it out of the tube, you have to pull it out quite quickly, and you don't want it to pull off at the same time. And I've got another stalk on the other side. Just squeeze that at the bottom in the same way, pinch it, and a bit more tape. That just goes onto the bottom there. And then finally, you want to put on your flowers. And if you just hook the top of the wire round there, and then you take your flower, and then you just want to push that over like that. Is that going to go in? Yep, that's just going in nicely like that. Oh, that bit's fallen out. We can always stick that bit back on, and then tape it round the back like that. Pull the flower off a bit, and then you've got the other one which will go onto the other side here. So you make another little hook, and then just hook it on like that. That one's hooked on, and a bit more tape. And of course here, I've only got 2 flowers like that, but you need more than that. I actually had 5 on the one over there, and I've made the other 3 here, and you can just join them together at the bottom using a little bit of tape. Just put the tape around like that. Make sure everything's quite secure. Tape it round, spread them all out, and now it's ready to go into your tube. This is where you see if it works or not. I've just made my vase out of a piece of paper rolled round. Just push it in the top. You've got to squeeze it all down. Don't worry, it all squeezes in. And then you just want to pull it. It doesn't go in, just pull it like that. There it is, it disappears. And then if you want to surprise your friends, there we are, your bunch of magic flowers.